Hi everybody, I am Car Care Talk. Nice to see you all. We've got Adam Newton here today. He's going to offer some advice on service, repair, and maintenance for your Toyota vehicles. How you doing today, Adam?
Doing great. Good morning, everyone. Just here to talk a little bit about hybrids today and hopefully help people out. Definitely, absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely great. Now, somebody asked a question. Let's say you have a Camry, or maybe you have a Camry Hybrid. They want to know, is there any difference in maintenance over the life of the vehicle because you have a hybrid versus a gasoline?
Sure, and we get that question a lot too on the lane. There are a couple key differences to the maintenance needs of a hybrid, but they're not very egregious. They're pretty specific. First and foremost, the hybrids have a separate cooling system. They have a cooling system for the hybrid side to keep the inverter cool, and they have the engine coolant system, obviously. And those are separate and independent, and they are serviced on a little bit different interval, so that is a point that a lot of guests like to ask about for sure. Beyond that, there are an interior filter that's used to filter the air going into the cooling unit for the fan on the battery. And sometimes pet hair can complicate that situation. So if you have a Great Pyrenees in the back, you may be cleaning that filter a little more often, you know, because you do get a little warning on the dash that says, hey, I've got pet hair in my filter. There's actually a warning for that. So
There's a warning that says that?
Not specific to pet hair, but yes, it does say the filter needs clean. So we'll definitely need to get that done if you have a big doggo in the car, which we love.
They're like, absolutely. You must have a retriever alert.
Absolutely, absolutely. And finally, the other thing we have to do is, because of the lifespan on hybrid brakes, they do regenerative brake. They use the electric motors to slow the car down in a portion. The brake pins have to be serviced occasionally. We have to pull the slide pins out of the brakes and clean them up because they tend to bind. We've seen brake pad exchange life on some of our Priuses go up to 200,000+ miles. So the trade-off is we do have to do a little bit of service on the brake pins to keep those freed up and clear.
So you're saying that the brake pads, because it's a hybrid, could last longer than a traditional gasoline?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. A great deal longer. We expect our hybrids to have a much longer brake life because, again, they do use the electric motor to slow the car down instead of the brake pads exclusively.
Now, you talked about something in the brakes, the brake pins need to be looked at a little bit sooner. How will customers know or drivers know that that might be something they need to ask about?
Right, yeah. We typically recommend them here at about the 60,000 mile interval. Time is really is not as dependent as the mileage because it's the applications that we're concerned with. However, we do recommend that at about 60,000 miles just to make sure they stay free.
Okay, and we've got a couple batteries that we're dealing with here. We've got a 12-volt battery, and then we've got the big giant hybrid battery packs.
Absolutely.
Those are obviously different. Well, at least the hybrid battery pack.
Right.
Is there anything different about maintenance that you can tell people to look out for, or just know it's there? Other
than the filter for the big hybrid battery and keeping that clear, it kind of handles its own maintenance. It's not something that requires service on any interval. That's definitely also a safety thing as well. The 12-volt battery, the smaller battery on a lot of our hybrid models, is mounted on the interior of the car, and isolation from the elements keeps the terminals nice, dry, and clean. And that's a perfect environment for a battery to live just a little bit longer, and we typically see those last a bit longer than our standard gasoline models. Absolutely.
Oh, that's great. And then the hybrid battery pack, that's something that now Toyota has a hybrid battery warranty of 10 years and 150,000 miles. So if you're buying a new vehicle, that should give you and your family some peace of mind.
Absolutely. And, you know, even though there is a long warranty on it, they're so robust that we're not seeing them. I mean, we haven't here done a warranty battery replacement at our center, and we are a volume center. So that's telling to the quality, definitely. It's very solid, very robust.
So, in other words, if somebody has no experience with hybrids at all, they should feel very comfortable buying a hybrid.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd recommend it to anybody. I really feel like electrification is the future of where we're going with our cars, and I encourage anyone to get in the game. It's great. I promise.
Okay, great. Well, thanks, guys, so much for watching Toyota Car Care Talk. We hope you like our new series. We really want to help you know more about your vehicles, and I think this is a good way to do it. Thank you so much, Adam. We really appreciate your knowledge and expertise.
Always glad to help, Jeff, always.
All right. Have a great day, everybody.